how I want children to do. This year the Queen Quet, in Geneva one more again, coming to you. Yeah, honey children, we deal over y'all one more again for go to the UN. So we're so glad that the 100 children are tuning in to this year Gullah Geechee Nation News. And this year the head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation, who also to represent we at the United Nations and things like that. For IRM and for ICHR. With a permanent representative from Young. So now, it's pretty key why we to do this year show this year week. This is actually the week of solidarity with people who are struggling against racism and racial discrimination. You'll say, well, when did this week get formed? Well, back in 1979, the United Nations had a core group of people looking at racism and trying to identify ways in which to combat it and eliminate it. So as a part of a decade-long movement toward that, nearing the end of that decade, the United Nations declared an annual day, the International Day to Eliminate Forms of Racism and Racial Discrimination, which happens on March the 21st. Well, this year, 2011, happens to also be the United Nations year that's been designated as the International Year of People of African Descent. And so as a result, during this year, on the International Day to end and eliminate all forms of racism, then they declared a whole week long, one might say not celebration, but a commemoration and a consolidation of energy and power toward the elimination of what we call racism worldwide. Now, it's very interesting for me, of course, for this to be taking place now, because this also is the time period in which the Human Rights Forum meets, the Human Rights Committee. They have their annual meeting going from the end of March into the beginning of April. And many of you who know my story know that April 1st, 1999 was the first time that any Gullah Geechee had come before the United Nations to speak on behalf of the people in Geneva, Switzerland, before the entire Human Rights Commission. And that person that did that was myself. Now that changed everything in the world, literally, for Gullah Geechees. Many people now know that we even exist, and many of our own people have now come to accept their culture as being something rich, something that they need to continue, and something that they definitely need to celebrate. So during an international year of the celebration of people of African descent, there's no way to leave out our own people who are Gullah Geechees, because we are the amalgamation of so many different African ethnic groups. We are the essence of what this year was really created for. Now, there are a lot of different types of things going on. There are forums online where people are posting things daily and chatting that way. People are blogging about it. Different countries are doing celebrations of connection and commemoration. There are a lot of lectures and other things going on. But one of the most vital things is the changing of laws, because the laws are the cornerstones and the building blocks of institutions, and racism is a global institution that has not been eliminated. As much as many of us come back and forth to United Nations forums, this topic continues to be prevalent, although many of the member states, the first thing they'll say in a speech is, we've come to let you know that we are working, or we have already worked to eliminate all forms of racism, sexism, and xenophobia. That is the opening line to so many speeches. It's unbelievable at the United Nations. But if you live in these countries where the member states are, you'll wonder sometimes, who's this person making this speech? Who could have written that? Especially if you live in the United States of America and you're a person of African descent. It's a little difficult to swallow to hear someone sit there and tell you that they've done all they can to eliminate racism. So we all know full well that chattel enslavement the transatlantic slave trade, the creation of the African diaspora at that time frame, and the continuing diasporic occurrences now of people migrating still at this moment as we speak about these issues. We have many of our people having to move from different areas of the continent right now. Y'all have heard enough of it, about the wars that are going on, the battles that are going on, the people going into the streets. But we have a lot of this that has been going on very subtly without media attention, and now the top is starting to overflow because there's been so much now. The pot is boiling, and so you can't just keep a lid on it. And in a way, it's divine order that it would happen in this year, because it will make people pay more attention to what actually exists on the continent of Africa, that some want to call all kind of other places without giving credence to the motherland. And it also now brings more of a focus in on what the current issues are, but what's at the root of these issues. And many of the issues that we're dealing with is prejudice and all of these types of things go back to discrimination. And they go back to many times racial discrimination, because even amongst ethnic groups of people of African descent, you have prejudice, but where was that prejudice infused from? More often than not, it had something to do with the diasporic occurrences that I'm speaking about. The people who created the diaspora, who are not of African descent, would more often than not hit Africans against one another based on the way they look, their skin tone, the hue of brown that they have or the lack thereof, their hair, their noses, all different types of very superficial things, as opposed to us realizing that our blood is the same. And so we have a right to the tree of life like anybody else. Make sure that you go to Gullah Geechee Rhythm Radio, which is the radio program that I host on behalf of the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition. You can look it up on blogtalk.com/Gullah Geechee and look for the show where I did a burial of Willie Lynch, all right, and his cousin, Misinterpretation. Make sure to look that up, because that'll help you with some of the dynamics of what you might think about right now as I'm speaking and say, hold it, I never really thought of this internal within a race prejudice having anything to do with race and racism and racial discrimination. But if you look at it, you need to look at the root. Let's not just look at the fruit. Let's look at the root. What has caused the roots to start to rot and to cause all this damage? What has caused a lot of poverty? What has caused this prevalence of low-income areas wherein you find a lot of people of African descent? Well, a lot of it has to do with economic disenfranchisement. And many times they're disenfranchised. Why? Because of institutional racism. So again, it's all connected. Many, many dots, but all connected. And when you put them all together, the pixels will create a very clear picture for you as to why it is so critical that we focus on the total elimination of racism, racial practices, and so on. And when we talk about a week of solidarity with those struggling against that, we as people of African descent need to have solidarity amongst ourselves. April 23rd is coming up, and that is to be Global African Solidarity Day. But don't wait that long. You got a whole month right now. Start today. Start today with this week, where we should be in solidarity with others, with ourselves, with our brothers and sisters right there struggling against racism. All right, so we need to do more than struggle against it. We need to defeat it. We need to bring it to its end. We need to be having shows that bury racism as a whole across the world. So when Hunter no say I had travel and thing like that, in a dry long so and thing like that, it's sort of all of this thing come to the world, and we voice the did it inside of the voice what put all this shit together in harmony. So that when me the guanyona and crack the teeth when the crack teeth for all 100 children would have got to get you no matter where Hunter at and thing like that. Cause this year the will go and call me for do and will Hunter vote for me too. So right now, as we go into more this special broadcast for this week, we want to show you some of the things that we've been doing here this time in Geneva. And interestingly enough, with all the struggles going on in the world right now, it just brought back the memory of when I first came and spoke before the Human Rights Commission, because there was barbed wire and armed guards around the UN then too. So definitely, children, you know God called me, and this is what I'm going to keep on to do. So until our human rights as Gullah Geechees have been completely protected, and all of our people realize that they have a right to self-determination, and that self-determination is not accepting somebody else's interpretation because there's some other government that worked against your ancestors. In fact, that's why your ancestors exist and why our culture exists. But that you have your own government as the Gullah Geechee Nation, your own leaders that are fighting for you, bringing what you've asked us to bring before the world, before the people, and making sure that there are laws that keep us stable on our land and that keep us there without all of these institutions continuing to be built against us. So it's key for me, and I hope it's key to Hana children for know who we be, that we be Gullah Geechee anointed and free. And so to keep our freedom, we have to keep taking a stand, and we have to be in solidarity with other people around the world that take stands too against these issues that divide us. And so until that day comes, Hana children know this is what going on. This your queen going to continue for Bill Nickel. So come on, tune in a little while with me and join in y'all on Gullah Geechee TV. Peace and blessings.